Hello everybody and welcome to some more Underdog Tavern Brawl here. I'm gonna try to make a new deck. Do a warrior to start out with here. It's gonna be a lot of weapons. Start out with those, Ogre Warmaul, like Gold Ogre Warmaul. That way we can clear the board and take some damage at the same time. A couple of Whirlwinds, a couple of Executes, and a couple of Cleaves maybe. Give you hero 4 attack this turn, good. Anything else we want to take? A Bouncing Blade, sure. Get some board clear there. Frothing Berserker is always very nice for us. And I know Hearthstone Commander? No. Let us last to 6 damage. Do a couple Mortal Strikes here. Actually, that's a lot of spells in here. Might not do that. A lot of spells and weapons. You get a couple of those for some early game. Board presence. Don't really want to attack the enemy early game because we want to take the advantage with the lower health than they have to get the random minions. Get a couple of Yetis in there. Not the mech Yetis. Got 6 more cards. Give a friendly mech 1/1. Don't really have any mechs, or at least enough to make it worthwhile in here. We do get a couple Gurabashi Berserkers. Do some Berserk mechanics in here. A Max, and I get a Ogre, and get the couple of Molten Giants, and let's remove a Heroic Strike and get Sneed. And try this deck on the Underdog Tavern Brawl. The reason I want a bunch of weapons and like hero attack and all that is just to get that damage in order to give us the advantage. I don't know if we're going to be able to fight against Warlocks because they can take it so consistently as opposed to us having to rely on drawing certain cards. Might be better to do a Rogue or a Druid after this, but let's try out the Warrior, see how well we can do, and then just decide after that. So we'll be going up against a Warlock. It seems like most people are playing Warlocks in here. Why not is the most obviously best suited for this. A Berserker. The Druid one I faced was pretty interesting. I almost did a Druid here and kind of wish I would have just because of the fact that it was very fun to play against. We're going to go second so we get the coin and are going to go second. I already said that, but still we'll go second. And I'm going to save the coin because there's not really much a reason to use it as of now. He is going to use his life out. Not much of a surprise, probably going to take that advantage. Just armor up here, which probably shouldn't have done as it kind of does the opposite. And it will give him that minion because the armor counts as health, I suppose. I did not know that, or I definitely would not have armored up, so we are in a bit of a predicament here. All the same, I think we can, there's no one mana thing other than Execute that we can do that with. So, do we just stay here and wait? No, we gotta do something. But we don't want to waste that 4 attack on the shielded minion, so I might just stay here. He'll get a 4/1 Wormist Agent, not really a big deal for us as he does not get the Battle Cry and probably isn't holding a dragon either, maybe? I don't know what he has in his deck, but okay, so we can do the, we could cleave too. Questing Adventurer, coin into Heroic Strike, kill the Ogre, and get us in where he can't draw another card. Or get another free minion this turn. And I'd rather have a 4/4, well, 2/1 with Taunt, or with Divine Shield is pretty nice to have. But our Cleave could deal enough damage to bring it down. Does get a Shadow Bolt to take care of our Questing Adventurer, however, before he can get buffed up enough, which is kind of sad. We get a Molten Giant, and Fiery War Axe, or no real good options here. Going to Fiery War Axe, hit this thing, Then cleave to kill it, and get the other guy down to where we can kill it pretty easily. He's probably going to life tap again to get to the tie on health, or else he has something pretty decent in his hand that would justify using it, so that he'll overdraw with the life tap. Alright, so is he not going to play anything, or did he just not pay attention to his card hand? He's not going to do anything this turn. Interesting. So we don't have anything in our hand we can use. Not too keen on hitting that, but I don't want to get too much above him. Not going to use an execute. I guess I'll do that. And bring out another fiery war axe. And we're not low enough to make that worthwhile to do. Even so, I wouldn't use it on him and give him another free minion. His hand is still full though. I wonder what he had that he couldn't do for anything for 4 mana last turn. Probably a bunch of board clearing skills or something. And we will see what he can do now with 7 mana. We still haven't really drawn any of our minions yet, except for the Questing Adventurer and a Molten Giant. Inferno's going to be interesting. It can get us in the range for the... You know what? I mean, minion takes damage. His minion's going to be taking damage twice this turn, probably. We're going to take 6, get us in that range. Then Heroic Strike it. Do more damage, get a 4/4 on the board. And then get us the disadvantage on health, which is going to get us the underdog buff. If he can't DPS us down with a bunch of spells, which it is a warlock, so might be pretty likely here. Hellfire, then Mortal Coil probably. Yep. He's going to draw a card this time. His hand is not full, but he does use most of his turn, and we do get a free minion here, as well as an almost free Molten Giant. He said it's going to be a Gargoyle, which is not going to be much health, but we can put out a Giant and a Boulder Fist Ogre. Should I wait to hit him, or... No, I'm not going to wait to hit him because we could have lethal next turn with these 5 damage plus that of what we have on the board. Because 5 damage in the Molten Giant would be good enough to kill him. If you can't kill the Molten Giant either way, with the Ogre it'd be almost enough. Where I don't think he's going to be able to clear the board. He does put out a big taunt though. But we can do this, execute it, and we get the win here on the Warrior with the Arcanite Reaper, the Giant, and it was a bit of overkill. The Ogre could have done it anyway. But that was an interesting start for the Warrior. I don't know what the Warlock had in his hands that kept him from really doing anything to stop us from getting the board presence and taking the damage, but see if we can do it again. Pretty fun game. It was more interesting than the Warlock ones because the Warlocks were pretty easy to get your health down and you got the card draw from it. Well, that was more risky plays than anything with the attacking of the minions, including the Infernal for 6 damage. The Gargoyle didn't really help us at all, so basically the Tavern Brawl mode didn't really play much into that match, but it was still interesting all the same. I'm going to get rid of all 3 of these. Keep the Heroic Strike, potential way to get the extra chance of getting the extra minion from the low health early on, as we can attack one of his minions. Or we could use the Ogre Warmaul turn 2 and use that as a way to potentially get the health advantage. This is another Warlock, however, so it might be a bit tough. We shall see, though. It'd be bad against Voidwalker or something if he puts it out. A Blood Imp. That's interesting. It's not completely based around the Tavern Brawl, but it might be pretty good for him. Especially turn 1 where he can't life tap. I don't know if he's going to focus on that, and he will starting off. Life tap, draw another card, and lose 2 health. We'll use a Fiery War Axe, give us the ability to hit anything that he brings out himself. And hope he does bring something out so we're not stuck giving him a free random minion, and it doesn't look like he is. So that's a bit problematic for us, but all the same, just execute. Could get 7 attack this turn, which would be interesting. Don't want to armor up, as we learned in the last match. I don't know if I should just hit him and work on getting him down. Yeah, because we're not going to catch up to him at this rate. Might as well just hit him and stop playing for the Tavern Brawl and just DPS this guy down. He gets a Warmest Agent. Wonder, is the amount of health that you're under the opponent how much mana the cost of the minion is? No, he would have gotten something way better if that was the case, because they keep getting... I don't think we've seen anything that's a really significant minion as of yet from the Tavern Brawl. Saw that last game. Not really effective because of the battle cry. This gang boss isn't going to be too much of a problem here. We can get out the Yeti next turn. Gonna get up to a 5-2 though. Get out a Yeti, and then the next turn we have a Gurabashi Berserk, which is gonna be nice. Put out the Yeti, and go ahead and hit him. Bring him down to 20. You'll get a Jormonger. The end of your turn, deal 1 damage to all other minions, which is good for us. Well, not really with the Imp Gang boss. But it will kill off that Blood Imp, I guess. And we're not going to really lose anything from it. If it kills the Blood Imp before it buffs, we can take out the Imp Gang boss and just let it summon 2 imps. Unless that just keeps killing the imps, which would be very nice for us. Might keep Dreadscale alive as long as possible. Dark Bomb, then maybe Gang boss? With that, and then he has a Mortal Coil or something. Probably. No, Demon Fire just minion 2-2. Okay. That's gonna be very. Actually, no, because we can execute it for 1 mana next turn. Never mind that. So we will execute the Gang boss. And actually, do we want to bring out a Questing Adventurer or a weapon? Do Questing Adventurer, hit the Gang boss, and we have anything for 2 mana that we can coin out? No. Alright. I'll get a 3-4 with Battlecry, destroy, deal 2 damage to all minions with Death Rattle. We don't have any, so that is not going to be too much of a problem. Even if it was, then the Battlecry wouldn't have worked in this Tavern Brawl, so it doesn't really hurt us. He's going to take more damage than we are from the little Dreadscale dude. Trade in his Voidwalker to that, hit him with that, and then use the Dreadscale to, or not Dreadscale, yeah, Dreadscale to kill it. That. We can kill Dreadscale with a Heroic Strike or with a Mortal Strike, actually. We are going to... Yeah, we'll do that. Too bad we don't have a Cleave with us, but that being said, we'll do this. Hit him. Or hit the wrong target and kill that. It's about the same thing, except for this one, whenever your minion takes damage, also deal that damage to your hero. Would have been a little better for us, but all the same. He's got a 1-1 and a 2-4 on the board, and no longer is getting that free minion. Do Heroic Strike and do 8 damage next turn. Take out any big health minions. Bring out probably a Gurabashi Berserker, because that is very good counter to the Dreadsteed, a 1-1 just continually taking damage from the Gurabashi. And he's going to have to deal damage to us this turn if he doesn't want to give us the free card. Doomguard's not very good with the Gurabashi though. Get a 3-2, use your hero power twice per turn, not going to be much of a help. We got 4 damage. Should do a Gurabashi and some Murlocs, or put out an Ogre. Let's put out an Ogre to counter some of the big stuff. Try to kill this. We will succeed in killing it. Instead, we get pretty close to death here. If he has a spell or anything, we do lose, but we gotta just hope that he doesn't. Being said, he's a Warlock, so he probably does. If he just goes for face and bringing us pretty low, we got 5 plus 6 is 11, 12, 13 plus the heroic strike. We can kill him next turn if he just goes for face. And he's going to, does he have a spell to kill us? There's 1 damage left. And he's got the Dark Bomb, so we do end up dropping this one to a Warlock. Going 1-on-1 is not that bad on a Warrior. I was worried we wouldn't win any, but we did. So thank you all for watching, and I hope to see y'all next time.